Okay guys, we're back with the Cadillac. Let's turn my lights on. Man, I love this light. Like let's see, it's high. I actually got these battery banks off eBay. I had one, but then I zip tied and velcroed them on here, like these Velcro on. And then I just used the battery bank, one for each side, and then I have a Y USB cable for charging. And you can see like it says it's charging. Maybe I can't show you guys. There you go. It's charging at 1.3 amps. And then that's what I've been using to keep my lights running for almost the whole day. I can still take them off. I'm going to get some magnetic USB cables for on here, so I don't have to worry about breaking them. But like I zip tied them flat, this thing folds up. It's pretty nice. And then like when I charge this, it charges the light at the same time. Unless I run these completely empty, then they don't like it, but they're cheap. They're like $10. But anyway, back to the car. We got the Cadillac, and it's setting this P06DC code. And I had this code before, but it was low on oil. And then when I did the oil change and I took it for a test drive, it didn't happen. So it's been 2 days, and it came back with this code. So we're going to try to test this. This is an oil control valve. And I think it's for the fuel pump, the oil pump that's on the side of the block. So I'm going to lift this car up, see if we can get to it, and do some testing. I think it's 2 wires. Should be pretty simple. And it's a high voltage code, so it's probably open circuit. So guys, I tried to clear the codes for this because it does have a bidirectional test. And when I try to clear it, it says it fails. And then if I went in, oh, I went back too far. So if I go into the ECU, go into, I think it was special functions. It might have been actuator test. It was actuator test. Actuator test. And then engine oil pressure control valve. And it says, didn't I go into it? Let's see. See, it says circuit malfunction, and I can't run the test. If I press on, it says communicating, and then it exceeds it. It says incorrect power mode. I don't know if I have to have it running. I'll try starting the car up. What I did was I put my amp clamp on there, and then I wanted to see the current. So I guess we'll go to a longer time base here, and I'll start the car up, and we'll see if it shows anything. Let's see. I didn't want to start it because I didn't want it to get it hot in case I have to replace it. So let's try this. Oh, I did see some activity there. See, I don't know if my amp clamp's on the right way either. I didn't look at the diagram. Oh, now it says the circuit's okay. So if I turn this on, it's on right now. And look at our current. I guess my amp clamp's on upside down. Let's go down lower. Is this just pulsing it? Looks like it's just pulsing it. I thought it would like keep it on. We should probably look at the circuit, see what the circuit's actually doing. That's all we're getting. Let me flip my amp clamp around. So guys, I got the Pico set up, and I got the green trace, which is looking at our voltage going to the oil control valve. Red is our current, and blue is, actually sorry, blue is our current, red is our control. Okay, and right here, the wires are mixed up though. Like blue wires are red trace and the red wires are green trace, and I'm down there on there. And I used my test light. I connected it to battery positive, and I tried clearing the codes on here, and I'll show you what happens. If I clear the codes, this light doesn't light. You'll see the light won't even flicker. But on our thing, it's being controlled. You can see this, and if we zoom in on this, just a whole bunch of pulses. Like there's nothing going on here, just little spikes. And it does this even with the test light off. So if I take the test light off, I go back in here and clear the fault codes again, you'll see it'll clear. And while it's clearing, we get our pulses. So it's really weird, and like the fault code always stays the same, even if I use a test light. Like I even tried like a higher amperage test light. Like I tried this one, which is a half an amp right here. So like see our code right there, or P06DC-00. So if I connect this one up, I'll show you guys. So we'll do a half an amp, which, this being a solenoid, should easily be able to do a half an amp. So now, or so, maybe a quarter of an amp. So we'll clear this. Now there is an inrush current, which the solenoid won't have. So if I clear this, you can see again our pulses again. Read fault codes, TTC. I was hoping to see like an overcurrent or a short code. See, it's the same code. So I don't even know how I test this circuit. I think I'm going to get another one, and maybe we'll try plugging the new solenoid in and see. Like I really don't know what else to do. I guess I could use a test light. I guess we could try using a test light and actually ground the circuit and just see like momentarily if it'll, I guess we could try that. See if we just touch this for a split second, see if our current goes up. Not like making a good connection. It's really hot right now too. So we can get current flow through the circuit. I just don't understand why. I think I'm going to try switching tools real quick, see if the snap one will do anything different. But I think we might just have a bad sensor. Maybe it's looking for a specific resistance. Okay guys, so I got a new part from GM. Right from GM. And I decided to do a resistance check on here. And it's at like 16, it goes up to 17 ohms of resistance. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this into the car, see if the car likes this, and then I'm going to find a way to test it. What I was thinking about doing is maybe putting like a 20 ohm resistor or something on my test light to see if like the inrush current is triggering the PCM to like disable it, see we're up to 17. Or maybe, like my friend suggested, the primary side of a relay, or maybe a vent valve, another solenoid, to test it to see, like, so we can load it, because solenoids don't have inrush current, so I'm wondering if it's looking for the ramp and it's just killing the circuit right away. So I'm gonna put this in. I don't think this part was that expensive, and I'm just gonna connect it up because I don't know if they want me to install it or not, because I didn't realize that was like a 4-hour job. But I want to see if we can confirm that this is actually the problem, and I don't really know how to do it without having a known good, but we're going to prove in this video how to test this circuit. So guys, I front probed the sensor down there. You see the blue probe sticking out right there, and our resistance is 1.2, 1.3 ohms. So that means that this would pull about an amp right now, where that other one would be about, what, 0.8 of an amp or so. So I'm gonna plug the new one in to the connector down there, and then we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna use my snap-on right here. We're gonna turn this on and we'll watch our current. Oh, look at that. But I don't have my current high enough. Let's see if that works. There we go. You can see it. Look at that. So I think that was our whole issue, guys. You can actually see it. I think it's testing the circuit. You can see those pulses. So we had an open circuit earlier, I think. Or well, we had a short, pretty much. And it was killing the circuit. It was doing a circuit test. So now we need to figure out how to prove this in the future. And also you can hear the solenoid click. Hopefully you guys could hear that. So let's go back to our Pico. We'll put a bigger time base on here. We'll go up. Let's see. We'll even go to... I guess we can't go any lower in milliamps. So here we go. And we'll even turn this trigger off. Oh, we don't want 50 seconds. I want 2 seconds. On. Off. On. Off. There we go, guys. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to shut the car off, and I'm going to come up with a way so that we can prove this in the future. See if there's a way to bypass this. I think that was the whole issue. Test light pulling too much current. Even the small test light, just too much current for the circuit. Even though we were only pulling... Oh, you know what? We are pretty low on current here. 100 milliamps? Is that all we were pulling? Let me make sure my amp clamp wasn't bumped and on the wrong scale. I think we should be pulling more than that. Okay guys, I fixed it. The amp clamp got bumped and the button was stuck in. So here we go. So we're going to set our trigger. We'll do this test again. There we go. So now I'm going to turn this on. Why is our trigger not working? I'm on the wrong channel. There we go. Let's see. There you go. Look at that. There you go. 0.8 of an amp. I think that was our whole issue. Was that we were just overcurrenting it with the inrush. So I'm going to save this, and then we'll go back to trying to figure out how to prove this. So guys, I got the Pico set up. Well, I tried using a test light didn't work. So what I did was I front probed the connector. You can see it right there, front probe. And I put a relay right here. So now with the relay, we come down to the tool right here. Then I'll turn it on and off, and you'll see on the Pico, it works. So it likes the relay. And you can see the relay pulls like 188 milliamps. Is it zeroed? Yeah, it's pretty close to zero. So we're pulling 145 milliamps, but it works. So that's what it is. It was just pulling too much current, and I think it's looking for the resistance. It's probably looking for like a voltage drop on the ground side. So I hope you guys like that. That's an easy way to bypass it. Now you know. So I'm gonna shut the car off so it doesn't get too hot, and then we'll replace it. So guys, I noticed when I went to take out the sensor down there that this bolt right here was loose. I don't know if I pointed this out earlier, but I'd seen it. I'd seen it when I was testing, and I forgot to mention it. But that bolt was just completely backed out like that. Like I don't think there's really any threads holding it in. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. So guys, I got the old sensor out. This is the new sensor right here, and we're at 16.6 ohms. So we'll move this over. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I'm not gonna be able to do this one-handed. So here we go, we got this one set up. This is our old one. And we're at 1.8 to 1.92 ohms. So it's a lot less. So that's why that was failing. Must have like shorted internally or something. Well, not shorted, but like starting to fail internally, electrically. So I can get the new one put in. Because I don't see any debris or anything restricting it. And the screen looks clean. So I'll get the new one put in, and then we'll go from there. Guys, to make it easy to get that oil control valve and not remove the exhaust and everything, you see all the way down there, you just go, it's probably not going to focus, there you go, just go all the way down, you move the heat shield out of the way, you move the exhaust back a little bit, let's see, there you go, you slide the exhaust back a little bit, do this, and then still takes us 3 hours, but you don't have to remove everything for 4 hours, however long. Then we just turn it from all the way up here. I just found this out, putting it back in. Wish I would have saw this in the beginning, because I reached down with a wrench. But this might help somebody. It's two really, really long extensions. Okay guys, I got the new sensor on, got everything bolted in, got all the bolts tight. Here's the new control arms. So, I'm going to take it for a test drive, see if we can get the emissions monitors set. Okay guys, so we got everything all cleaned up. Bolts are all tight. Oh, and we got a new washer cap. And we also put a new microphone in the headliner because his was all busted. So guys, I took the car for a test drive. We have no pending DTCs, no permanent codes. I got all the monitors to run, but 3, this fuel system's incomplete, oxygen sensor monitor, and evap. When I came under here in mode 6, oxygen sensor monitor, it looked like everything ran, but just delayed response test. I don't know what that is. And our evap didn't run because I think it says it has a set for 17 hours. So it's pretty awesome. We did log some misfires there. on our weighted moving average. So I'm gonna see if I can do some research and see what I have to do to get this fuel system to set, because I didn't see it in Mitchell and I didn't see the oxygen sensor in Mitchell. Okay guys, so the car just came back. I just did an emissions test on it, passed, all the monitors set, and the only issue right now is the front left TPMS sensor isn't reporting, and I tried pinging it with my TPMS tool and it's not reading, but other than that, it's fixed. So I hope you guys like it. See you later.